I'm taking over, that's a promise, not a threat.
Uppercut, season off top, you stop breathing.
But yeah, another fight that needs to get some bars too is Jack Catterall, and Arnold Barboza. And like we were previews, we all said this fight because their style clash.
You're shitting on this fight before it even happened.
Yeah, it was 12 rounds. It was just a whole bunch of feints, and it was feints in the first half, and it was just like a lot of non-action, a lot of movement, a lot of wasted movement, and I'm just like, God damn, it's really how we said it was going to be. With the exception of a flash knockdown that Catterall scored on Barboza, it largely seemed like Catterall, he kept his offense in the holster, and Barboza was just outworking him slightly to get some of probably the closer rounds.
It was a close fight, yeah.
Yeah, and Marky, that fight was AOL dial-up.
Damn.
Yeah.
And Blazing Killer, what it do? Salute, gang, gang.
I try to be the glass is half full, trying to be the optimist here. I would say two at least, a duck can make a pretty swan, but it was a little intriguing. But no, it was what we expected. It was unfortunate. Two niggas aren't going to commit.
It was unfortunate because fun things too is like these two have had moments where the offense was good or whatever, but yeah, it's like they need to. I think both these guys need to have some sort of real trouble in order for the offense to come more. Like Barboza has to be hit with some shit like he was in the Saucedo fight in order for him to actually wake up and actually throw hands. Or Catterall has to actually have really something to fight for, like he did in the first fight with Josh Taylor, to actually get his offense to be working.
He got dropped by Prograde too, and then he dropped him twice after. You're right.
Yeah, exactly. It has to be something.
Yeah, that's when it turned up.
Yeah, two niggas that by nature don't naturally commit and go for it. It's it ain't gonna be bizarre, man.
But it's like that's when the intangibles come in, where it's like, yo, you're fighting for your career. I don't care if it's a title shot, because you could be one of these motherfuckers who get title shots, and you could be a champion. No one wants to see you fight. Then you start getting the trash opportunities where you're the B-side and you're the fucking undefeated champion.
Yeah. And
that's what you got to look at it. And these niggas don't look at all that. They just look at winning the fight in the most least combative way. Like, the fuck.
Right. Yeah, and this is what aggravates us, especially more with Barboza, because it's just like Barboza won the fight, and yes, he's the interim WBO champion. Of course, he made a big thing over it, and I get it because dude is kind of been on the shelf for so long, and he's probably a half step closer to either becoming the full world champion or getting the shot against Teofimo Lopez.
Dude never makes the most of his damn opportunities, though.
Yeah.
We got to go back to the Saucedo fight for we could be like, yeah, he was an entertaining fight.
Yeah, and we have to, Saucedo can't keep doing it because now he's in a position where Teofimo can either say, you know what, I don't feel there's no money in this fight. Let me give up this belt, and then bam, dude is a champion, and it's a great disservice to him, but it's like Barboza just simply does not incentive for people, for people to actually want to watch Barboza like that.
I mean, they literally ignored his ass. You remember that night? Remember that night where Teofimo beat or won the belt at 140, and his dad, or Barboza and his dad were there, and they just literally ignored him.
yeah, they did. And this is when Barboza was still
like that. But it's like it comes to a point where it's like, no, the niggas is ignoring you. It's something you doing, bro.
Yeah, and I get it. It's a big thing. It's a big step because of your career. But it's just like. You're basically not giving. I mean, I know we just talked about this offline with Teofimo not, obviously being quote unquote blackballed, from fighting the bigger fights.
The irony, blackballed, really?
Yeah.
Also ironic is that a nigga like Barboza is Teo's payday.
Yeah, that's actually. That's
actually, if you remember, I should post it now. Well, repost it. I actually drew artwork with Barboza versus Tio. Seemed like the biggest. You remember it, right? Yeah. Seemed like the biggest waste of time because that shit ain't never happened.
No. Yeah,
might be a bigger waist than goddamn the Charlo Hurd picture.
facts. Yeah, and I get you because it's like, yeah, I mean, Barboza's right to demand the Teal fight, but Teal's, I mean, unless Teal's not gonna give it to him, and Teal's gonna get stripped, but Teal's also the lineal champion, so it's like
Teal. I mean, the style wise, Barboza's has spoilers that Teal could lose to Barboza. I mean, really,
and that's
true too. Like, and think about it, like. See, that fight was better on Top Rank because if it was close, Teal would get the decision. But now, like, niggas ain't gonna be watching out for Teal like that. So Barboza very well could maybe nick that.
Yeah, spoil, and I know that's like that's a nightmare for Teal right there. It's just like, okay, if I can't knock him out, then this dude will give me 12 rounds of struggle. He might move around. And, Teal has issues with movers and with light-handed
or boxers,
light-handed punches.
And I do want to mention real quick, it's unfortunate. I saw Breadman make a post about this. That it's like how bad decisions ruin boxing. Like literally, Catterall should be undisputed. You should have been undisputed. You know what I'm saying? You should have been undisputed champ at least. Right. At least. And like now, dude got dude's pretty much SOL.
Basically,
but let's not act like he ain't have his opportunities though.
Sure did.
That's why because the fight was close. The fight was close where the nigga at home I thought was Catterall's gonna probably win a we watch match from late, like the UK nigga always wins. You know what I'm saying? When it's a close fight. And
but then it's like think about it, like Catterall barely won his last fight. He had to get like 2 knockdowns.
Yeah.
Like he was kind of losing that low key. He was kind of losing that fight until he got the knockdowns.
Yeah.
And they didn't program.
And you're not talking about losing like a barn burner. Damn. What's that wrestler nigga used to say? Slobber knocker. Like
yes,
you're losing
slobber knocker.
Jim Ross. Yeah. Like you're losing a slow ass ho hum who give a fuck fight. And that's the worst fight needing to fucking have a come back behind the victory type shit. Cause it's like, how you the younger, fresher, bigger puncher guy and you losing like this in this type of fight, nigga? Like, so nah, like,
yeah, like, it's hard to sympathize.
I saw the bread tweet to Pilot too. I agree, but like, it's not the worst. This ain't the worst boxing type of luck.
Yeah, it's not, because it's unfortunate that it's a rare fight where both the winner and the loser just didn't do anything to help themselves or really advance their actual standing or their following. It's just
because if boxing was just trying to be right, Catterall would have got the decision in the first fight with Josh Taylor. That didn't happen. If boxing was trying to be semi-right, Josh Taylor would have just moved up to 147, and Catterall would have been looked at as kind of like the dude, and it would have made a better case for him. I honestly don't think they even needed the rematch. Like it was such a big robbery. It's like, hey, just look at Catterall as that dude and keep it moving. But then it's like his performances kept going down till it almost looked at like the first Josh Taylor fight was like a fluke or his pure peak. Like your peak, your pinnacle can't be the moment where you got robbed.
Facts. Like you gotta body some cats in there. I mean, not just knock them down. You gotta body some cats.
You gotta and he couldn't keep bodying niggas to keep the interest up. So like he got the Linares opportunity. That was a highlight moment waiting for him, because he had one fight after that where he looked good and he was throwing hands, but this motherfucker, that jobber nigga, was tough.
Yeah. We accepted that. Like that was
we accepted because it was an entertaining fight. Fuck it, it was a good fight.
Yeah.
But okay, after that, we're like, okay, Linares, here's your moment to damn knock a nigga out and get the pewters putin in. He fucking laid an egg.
Yeah.
Also, I remember the fight before that. He fought a random nigga named Foley, a random British nigga named Foley, and did he even drop him? He couldn't stop him, but I don't. This is the dude you're supposed to knock out after your Taylor. I think it was after Taylor.
We just talked about that.
We just talked about that.
I missed it. My bad.
Yeah, man. I literally was like, it was a good fight. Like he was putting hands on dude. Like I hurt him, but the dude was tough. Like that's the fight I'm talking about. Like so, and we was cool with that fight.
Yeah.
But the Linares fight, he failed to live up to that shit. He fucked his momentum with that. That's the boxing guys coming home to roost on that shit.
Right.
Cause you fucked a lot of real niggas out of money on that fight, motherfucker. So I don't feel sorry for your bitch ass right now, dog. Yeah. But so he had the Linares fight, fucked that up. Had the Prograis fight, fucked that up too. Cause the way Prograis looked against Haney, like he was supposed to run over Prograis.
Yeah.
And he didn't. He had to fucking fight his way back into the motherfucker. So it's like, how many chances are you gonna give Catterall for just that one great performance against Josh Taylor when he fucking lost?
I'm gonna be honest, he was living off that first fight for a little too long.
Thank you. That's my whole point. So I don't even feel bad about this. Like, you lost a close decision and you're the hometown guy. Nigga, wish your career shouldn't even got to this point.
Facts.
He made it that way. Like, there's niggas who James Kirkland should have been a fucking champion.
Facts. Also facts.
Like, get the fuck out of here. All the goddamn eliminators he had to face and never the fucking title fight. Like, come on. Like, so nah, like, you're not gonna, niggas ain't gonna sell me on no hard luck story for Jack Catterall, bro. Like, if I ain't even let Rigondeaux get a hard luck story, because I'm like, bro, you bored us to tears some of these fights, nigga. Like, and then when you fight some random motherfucker in Japan, you have a fight of the years. Anytime you fight on American soil, you trying to get your damn put us to sleep. So it's like, nigga, like, balance, motherfucker. Like, god damn.
Yeah, both these guys need to find balance, because Barboza is like, we'll see. I mean, Barboza gets a big fight with this or becomes champion. Like, we'll see how he goes, though. But yeah, both guys didn't do themselves a lot of favors. Like, it should have been.
They do the fans a favor, damn sure.
Yeah. And then just to mention real quick before we obviously go into the big card, Oscar Duarte, Miguel Madueno on Golden Boy card. Hell of a slugfest. And I'll say this: Duarte is getting to the point where you could really build him into something at 140. Oscar needs to move him into a big 140 fight, because I think Duarte is getting to the point where now he's. I mean, and of course, barring of course the knockout loss to Ryan Garcia or whatever, which he was putting hands on Ryan Garcia, of course, prior to the stoppage.
Yeah, he fucking was. Yeah. Because he had Ryan Garcia looking worried in that fight. Like, that look, you start looking up at the light.
It was a real competitive fight.
Yeah, it was a real competitive fight, though. But Madueno should have known not to take that much punishment from Duarte. Like, Duarte punches a little bit too hard for you to actually want to take his punches like that. And that's what eventually started. That's what broke him down, because he took too many. It wasn't a bicep. It was just he took too many clean punches from Duarte, and Madueno was just like and fell apart. Duarte's getting to be dangerous, and Oscar needs to move him into a direction for more significant 140 fights. And hopefully he doesn't spoil. So he doesn't spoil on the vine like what Zepeda is starting to do, unfortunately, without getting his title shot. So it's like,
with the Tevin, like we're really having a goddamn Bronco McCart series with this Tevin Farmer fight. Like,
Winky Bronco McCart fight. Honestly, if any of those fights were actually like wars or even underrated, I would have put one of them for Forgotten Fate, because there's three of them. There were three of them damn fights, nigga. Like, and they're definitely forgotten, but they're not really fades. Like,
it's right up there in the same. They're on the same shelf as the Byron. I said Byron. The Robert Allen and Bernard Hopkins fights.
Yeah, facts. Although the second one was hard, though. The second fight was hard, but. Yeah, but the third fight was just like, huh?
But this ain't the Antoine Echols collection. Like, that's somewhere else.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
I'm tired of all these damn mid-ass fights getting like it's like having a mid horror movie series that becomes a franchise, and you're like, wait, what? Like, that's a friend. Y'all made 12 of those? Like,
honestly, I could probably create a whole new series, articles on mid fights, but I'd probably have less motivation to write about them.
And you know what? What the fuck? Like, and it sounds good in theory, but honestly, that would be one of those. Well, what's that meme where I think Lisa Simpson's at the computer and I think Marge puts her hand on her shoulder like, that's enough internet for today?
Yeah.
That would be one of those. It'd just be like, yo, I think that's enough. That's enough boxing for today, bro. Like, we not gonna celebrate mid fucking fights here. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, like, sure, it's okay.
I mean, like watching, I'd rewatching. I'm like, why am I watching this mid-ass fight again?
Yeah, that you start doing other shit. This nigga he gonna start doing bicep curls, push up. He up there doing laundry,
shit like that. You know, like,
reading a book. You start writing about another fight.
Yeah.
Oh, that exchange reminded me of Sugar Ray Leonard's 13th professional fight.
Yeah.
And I think I might just see that again.
Yeah,
fucking TV gonna be looking at you, nigga.
But I just have definitely Duarte though. Like I said, Duarte is where he's on the rise right now. And Madueno, at least if that was the first time he was stopped, and you know, and he was just coming up giving Keyshawn Davis a good hard fight over the distance. So yeah, you know, Madueno, I'm pretty sure will be rebuilt and he'll be back on Pro Box or whatever. So. You know, like, I mean, he's still in demand, but that's a fight where both guys, the winner and loser, kind of up there standing a little bit. That was the opposite, of course, of Barboza and Catterall. So, like, I definitely have to give them their props for that. You know, and
let me give you a quick question. I'm gonna be on some pilot shit. Duarte, you think he beats Tio?
He can. He definitely. I think there's enough. I think he has enough upside to do it.
60-40 Tio?
I would say somewhere around there, yeah. Like
I agree.
Because Duarte has the power and the work rate. Because dude throws hard punches, he can throw it over the distance.
And he has the right exact amount of gaminess, that the P word.
Yeah, gaminess.
Where like you need for like a talented guy like Tio. Like,
yeah.
That's a good That's a good fight, actually.
Yeah, like I said, Duarte stopped Jojo Diaz. Like, he was the first person to do it. Like, he was the first person to really get Jojo Diaz like that.
I stepped away. But you know what sounds like violence? Duarte versus Matias.
Yeah, that does too.
Yeah.
Like,
it sounds like a fun ass. This is like that fight. That's the exact opposite of Barboza versus Catterall. It's the exact opposite.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like 140.
Yeah, that's the anti-Catterall Barboza.
And that's what I'm saying. 140 has the fights you can make, and there are fights that are being made. But 140 can really be a marquee division if more right fights get made. Like,
because you can do full like cards, like triple headers with just 140 fights.
Yeah, exactly.
There ain't too many divisions you could do that. You could do that with heavyweights. You could do that with junior middleweights. And you could do that with the 140.
Yeah, like you could 140. I'd say like 140. I think 140 just needs a couple sparks to kind of. I mean, it's never gonna be 154. 154 is just a division full of like niggas. 154 is your division of high power, high tier, like top tier fades. Like
I just river monsters over there, bro. Like like 140 is like a good aquarium.
I did see that Bud Crawford great interview with the Nausea and Cigar Talk. I did see that, and he said 154. I ain't gonna lie, he did sound like there's no legacy fight at 154. He said there's no legacy fight. Like,
see, and fuck. And this is what I said before. Like that nigga got at 154, and he saw all those tough ass fights, and was like, yeah. Fuck this! Like this ain't.
Say, you know, I'm a Bud guy, but he did say he wanted to go undisputed. And today on the interview I watched, he's like, "No, I don't want to go undisputed." So I'm like,
yeah, dude, that Madrigal fight kind of spooked him, son. That was like the first time this nigga really had to like kind of stay focused, dig down.
Yeah,
for a whole 12 rounds, bro.
100%, yeah, 100%.
100%.
And he had to win the last two fights clear in order to win. Yeah,
he had to make sure he won those championship rounds.
Yeah, he had to win those rounds for sure, yeah.
And think about it, like, no legacy. With the whole, I don't like the whole no legacy fight at 154 because being undisputed at 154 doesn't really have legacy fights necessarily, but they have totality.
Would knocking out Jamel Charlo be a legacy thing? If he was able to stop Jamel?
If not, Jamel got to fight somebody credible when he come back first. Yeah. If it just, because all we're going to think about is a Canelo fight.
Unfortunately, like I said, because unfortunately, Mel's status took a hit with that Canelo fight. Like it took a because it wasn't competitive.
I'm not going to say there's no legacy fight at 154. I think the legacy is in the totality of 154 rather than one singular fight.
But he's 37. He don't want to run through those cams and
look at that. That's his fucking fault. Nobody told this nigga to take fucking time in all fight once a year for the last 5 years. That's his fucking fault. So when we evaluate these niggas, we gotta keep that in mind too. No one told them, look, hey, a fight once every 18 months, nigga. But yeah, 154 is a totality. There's a reason why most niggas think Jermell Charlo is a Hall of Famer off rip right now.
Yeah, and he is.
And he fucking is, because the totality. 154 is one of those divisions where it don't even matter who holds the belts, but if you collected them shits, you fucking collected them shits.
It's always been that way because he's the first ever. He's that first ever undisputed. You know what I'm saying? I mean, 4 belt, whatever, what may have.
Exactly.
He's the first 154.
I remember Jamel competed in damn near 2 different separate eras of 154.
He's fun to block for sure, but
yeah, it's most of these niggas in Crawford complaining about one fucking era. Like nigga, like dude, just you want the money fight? I get it. Bill Haney gassed you up, said, "Hey, it's the Canelo fight for you." Da da da. I get it. Just, if that's what you truly want, just go. Don't all this undisputed. You ain't have to say none of that shit, bro. Like the legacy, no, bro. Because now you're gonna. So now everybody 154 gonna be like, "God damn, I'm not a legacy fight." No, nigga, tough fucking fights. Yeah, and Crawford was a dish rag Murdalayev. Nigga, come on. Like, are we gonna really shit on that performance?
Fuck no. Like,
no.
Fuck no. But you niggas see what he did to Zoo?
You're gonna see a lot of people that's gonna say, "Who's Barker? We just had 1 win against Tim Zoo, who's already shot." You know, they're gonna say that kind of thing.
I get it, but it's how you look in that 1 win. Look, bro, we just finished talking about a nigga who rode 1 win all the way up to fucking now with Jack Catterall.
Yeah,
and he didn't even fucking win.
But yeah,
Lion beat the shit out of Zoo in 3 rounds. He literally gave him Trinidad Vargas punishment in just 3 rounds.
3 rounds, probably worse.
Probably worse. Nigga look like he could have starred in a fucking movie and went Instagram Live afterwards.
He was my personal goal, but Vargas gave him some work too. You know what I'm saying? Vargas.
I mean, it's a fight of the year, of course.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite fights of all time for sure.
That's the one fight when it's a new boxing fan. You be like, "Yo, watch this."
You showed him that, yeah. Top 3. You showed him that shit.
That's a top 3, top 5 fight for new boxing. Any boxing fan, but
any boxing fan easily.
We just putting this out there before we go. If you meet a nigga who's into boxing and you trying to put him on the good fights, Tito Vargas. That's it.
Easily.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because the rabbit hole they could go down afterwards from both fighters, it'd be better than most other rabbit holes.
Facts.
Pause.
Facts.
Because you say this, if you say, man, Canelo Golovkin too, all right, but then after you get that fight, you start going into other shit. And it's like, no, we still want you to rock out with us. But yeah, man, we ain't got much else to say on that. Like, yeah, Duarte look like he's up.
Yeah, he definitely, in Marijuana, like I said, we'll probably see him on Pro Box or whatever in the very near future. Like I said, overall, it was a entertaining week. It was an entertaining week. Well, largely entertaining weekend of boxer, just not on the UK side. Yeah.
Sorry, mate.
Yeah.